Hey everyone, welcome back to Caesar's Freedom Stead. So today I'm going to go ahead and show you how to fix the issue that you may be having with your bar and your chain. Main issue there is if your chain does not fit inside your bar anymore, if it's getting stuck in there, it's kind of sticking in there. There's a central reason why that's happening, and it's a very easy fix. If your chain isn't fitting inside your bar, there's one or two different reasons for that. So number one reason, make sure that it's cleaned out in between your bar here. Over time, as you are using your chainsaw, especially use it as much as I do and cutting down huge timbers and pretty thick wood to chop wood for, you'll actually get dirt and gunk and stuff like that stuck inside of your bar, especially if you don't clean it out pretty often. So make sure all that's cleaned out first. If it's still sticking, now there's a reason for it. So right here, I have a chain that is having this issue, and I'm going to show you what's going on here. So most of the chain can fit in pretty snug, but over on this side, there are a few that aren't going in at all. So there's a few on here that don't want to go in. You can actually force them in if you wanted to, but it's just getting stuck. Okay, so if this is what's happening to your chainsaw, the inner part here that's supposed to go on the actual bar, if it's getting stuck in there or it's just not fitting in there at all, what do you want? You want attention? I'm trying to do a video here. It's a very simple fix, but let me go ahead and explain to you what happens. So on the inside here, obviously you have the strand here that goes inside the actual bar. Now, whether you use the chainsaw, you turn it too much, you bend it the wrong way, or just you hit something you shouldn't have, it's usually if you're moving it, angling it a little bit in the wrong area. When you're cutting a timber or something like that, if you bend it just slightly, inside of here, you will actually get things called burrs. They will actually develop on the inside here, and it will typically develop on one or two or just a few of them, and then your chain will actually pop up when you're actually trying to cut something. So you'll see a little bit of smoke, and then what will happen, what happened to me in the past is that the chain will actually just pop off as you're trying to cut through a timber. So if that's getting stuck, you got some burrs on there on the inside. And what a burr is they're basically just little bend marks within there of the metal, and it's keeping it from going in. Now you could do two things. One I recommend. So the first thing you could do is you can actually use a file and file that down, get that burr off, just kind of make it slim again. It takes a little bit of time to do that. It takes some work to do that. But I'll show you the easy thing to do. The easiest thing to do, just I'd be straightforward with you, just go get a new chain. I get, down the street I get a new chain for 26, 27 bucks. So you can either spend the time and hard work going ahead and fixing that and getting rid of those burrs on the inside. You get on the ones that won't fit in, you can look very closely on it, and you will actually be able to see the uneven areas there, and you can actually just file those off. Just do it, I do things kind of weighing it. Is it worth my time to fix something, or is the cost for a brand new one or a used one cheap enough for me to just go ahead and do that to save a lot of time? Since I like to do new things every day out here, and I'm always cutting timbers, I always need to get firewood or wood cuttings for something. It was faster for me to just on my way home go and pick up a new chain. So here's our bar. You can actually go to the store and they'll actually test it for you. They'll put in a new chain in there, or they'll get the bar and they'll check to see if it's bent and such, to see if it's the new bar that you need or if it's new chain you need. So it could be a new bar that you need, but it's seldomly a new bar, because you really have to bend that up and do something bad in order for it to be the bar. It's often the chain when you're having this issue here. So before you purchase anything, you could just ask the establishment you go to if they could go ahead and test it out for you. They'll usually just take out a brand new chain and they'll stick it on the bar, and if it fits snug on the bar, then it is the chain, not the bar. So go ahead and have that done, and they'll be able to tell you up front, but for the interest of this video, I want to show you guys exactly what it probably is. And it is either the bar or it is the chain, most likely the chain. So let's go ahead and stick this one on. This right here is a brand new chain that I went and bought, because like I said, it was not worth my time to go ahead and file that down rather than just go get a chain. Now look how perfectly smooth that fits. Let me get up there so I can show you. So now it fits nice and perfect. So if there's no sticking in there, it's loose, it fits smoothly. I still kept this for instructional purposes, and I'll keep it in the future. But there you go. So this new chain fits in perfectly, and now it's ready to go on the chainsaw for more cutting, for my day today that I'm going to be out there getting some more firewood and chopping down some hardwoods and such. But that is a simple fix. So again, if it is sticking or if it gets stuck inside of your bar, do not continue to use your chainsaw thinking that it's going to fix itself, because it will not fix itself. Go ahead and you can either spend the time and file down those little bit of burrs that you find within here. And like I said, those are just little bends. Or you could go ahead and just go get a brand new chain. So, which is my recommendation to save you time. Just go get a new chain. They're not very expensive. So go ahead and take a look at your old chain, and it's most likely just got those bends on the interior of the chain called burrs. And like I said, my recommendation, just go ahead and get yourself a new chain. It'll save you a lot of time. I didn't want to spend 1 second filing down those burrs. So fits perfectly. It's going to go back into my chainsaw here, and I'm going to get cutting. Well, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this information here. If you got something from the information, if this helped you solve your problem with your chain, please go ahead and subscribe and like, and I'll bring you much more material on chainsaw issues and maybe some techniques in the future. Like I said, I'm out there with the chainsaw at least a few times a week. Well, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.